and welcome to this awesome indie spotlight. We're really excited to talk to you today. My name is Michael, and I'm joined by my fellow co-founder here, Matt, as always. And today we have a really awesome guy with us. He goes by the name Duder, and he's got a really fun comic, an all ages comic that's got ninja and a bunch of really cool stuff. So we're here to learn a little bit more today about it and go over the campaign in details. So thanks everyone for joining us on the watching in there on the chat there. And if you're watching on replay, we appreciate that as well. And without further ado, welcome, Duder. How are you doing?
Oh yeah, konnichiwa. I'm doing good.
Excellent. Thank you. Well, we appreciate you taking all the time out of your schedule here to meet with us and to speak
Yeah,
with us on your comic. It's gonna be a fun time, I think, today. So very
yeah,
excited about it. And so as usual, I always like to start with a little bit of an introduction. So for people who may not be familiar with what you've done before, and so why
yep,
don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and why you got into comics?
yeah, sure. So, I live in Japan. I live in Tokyo. Um, Comics. So when I was a kid, I used to read lots of comics. But then when I got about 16, 17, this was a long time ago. It was comics are for kids. You're a man now. Don't read
Mm,
comics. So I
mm-hmm.
kind of social pressure. I kind of stopped.
Okay.
And then when I was in my kind of I don't know, mid 20s, maybe, I discovered manga, and I kind of been hooked on manga ever since.
That's
And
awesome.
then, yeah, more recently, I kind of getting back into comics. But as for drawing and writing, this is something very recent. Uh, so I'm an English teacher in Japan, and
Mm,
one of my regular students in the about a year or so ago. He was like an amateur mangaka, so a manga writer.
mm-hmm.
And one day he come in with the iPad Pro, the big one, and said, "Look at this." And I thought, "Oh yeah, that's cool. I want one of them." And then I thought, yeah, art. I can do a bit of art on the iPad." And so I started with some digital paintings of my kids, and then
Mm-hmm.
it kind of developed into like so my daughter, she's I got two kids. My oldest one, she's 4, and a couple of years ago, she had this phase where she would say "nin nin" all the time. Nin nin nin's the ninja sound, which
Oh, okay, okay, nice. That's awesome.
all Japanese school kids love it. It's part of
Oh, that's
Japanese
fun.
pop
Yeah.
culture. So she was just saying it all the time, "nin nin 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 nin." And I said, "Oh," and her name is Nina, but my nickname for her
Okay.
is Nini. That's my nickname for her. So,
Okay.
so I said, Nin-Nin Nini. Let me, and I drew a picture for her, a Nin-Nin Nini picture.
Oh, that's
And
great.
then I thought, yeah, let's just write her a little story. It started off as a story with a few pictures, and then I thought, let's make it into a comic. And then at that time, one of my colleagues, he was kind of into the indie scene, and he said, "Dude,
Hmm.
check this out. You should join the scene and write your comic." And I'm like,
That's great.
"Nah." And yeah, here I am. So this is my
Well, that's
first
awesome.
comic. Yeah,
Wow, I love that. That's a fun story. I love that story there with your family, and then that's a great nickname. And I totally love the play on all. It's like really fun with the sound and the ninja theme and her name, and it all kind of works really well there. So I
yeah.
love that. That's great, man. That's really fun. And of course, we can't forget Leo. How did that come into the picture?
Oh, he's my dog.
And
And
what
so,
made you want to bring your dog into the comic there?
well, actually, everyone in the comic who the good characters
Mhm.
are my friends or family.
Nice.
It's like major self-insertion. I'm in it. My wife's in it.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
Lots and lots and lots of people are in it. All my friends are in it at various stages, and because, like I said, it didn't start out as something that I was intended to publish, to do self-publishing. It started out as just something that I wrote for my kids,
Hmm.
uh, and then I kind of developed the story, the world a bit more, and I thought, actually, this is really cool. Yeah, let's give it a try. So here I am. but ultimately it's my daughter's comic. It's something I wrote for my daughter. But
That's excellent. Well, yeah,
yeah,
again, I love that. It's a really great way to break into comics, and I'm glad to see you making your mark on the indie scene over there. That's really cool.
yeah, well, yeah, starting. Fingers
Oh, exactly,
crossed.
man. We all got to exactly, man. We all got to start somewhere, right? So
Yeah,
that's
that's
great,
right.
man. You can't make it unless you take that first step there. So no, that's
Yeah,
excellent, man. And of
yeah,
course, we're here to talk to you today about that comic, which is now crowdfunding on Indiegogo.
that's
And
right.
really
Yeah,
excited to get some more eyes on this, get some people checking it out. I fell in love with the project when I first started seeing some images from it. I just thought it was such a fun idea, and of course, like who couldn't love that lovable pooch there, and who want to see what adventures that they get into there. So of course, I wanted to back that book and check it out.
yeah, yeah,
And
lovely.
yes, and so of course, let's go in as we usually do. We're going to take a look at the campaign today. Take a look at what
Yes,
all the different perks and what they got going on and stuff. So I'm going to put the link in the chat and put
yeah,
that up on the screen as well. So if you want to follow along with us or check it out for yourself, there's the link, and you can check that out there now. But I'm going to go ahead and switch it on over so we can check out the feed and start taking a look at this campaign. Here we go. Ta-da! Magic. All right. Well, yes, here we are at the Indiegogo page. We have Nin-Nin Nini and the Crown Thief, a 32-page comic of awesome ninja action and cardstock covers. Oh, and
yep.
dogs too, of course. And right now they've actually meet their goal, but there's still 6 days left. And
Yeah,
so if you want to back that comic, there's still a little bit of time there for you to get a copy for yourself as well. Looks
yeah,
like you guys have a. Oh yes, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah. It's not going to go in demand. So,
Oh really? Oh,
uh,
interesting.
well, it's ready to go. The comic's ready to print.
Ah, gotcha. You want to get it out to the backers already.
Yeah. So,
Totally understandable. Yeah. Okay.
and
So
because I'm in
yeah.
Japan, Indiegogo charged me bank fees for international transfers.
Oh
So
no.
if I pick up an extra couple of backers by leaving it in demand, bank fees eat into that. So I didn't want
Oof.
any additional bank fees. So it's
Interesting. Interesting.
just
Some,
finish the
some
campaign.
yeah, some complexities a lot of us over here in the United States don't have to deal with. Don't understand the complexities there. So that's a good
Yeah.
one to know about. That's interesting. That's cool.
So
Well,
yeah,
yeah, definitely. That means that if you do want to back up, since this won't be going in demand, even though they've reached their goal, because of that issue we just discussed, you'll need to go ahead and back it within that 6 days if you really want to get that comic here. So that's definitely good to know and important information there to put up
yeah,
on the front there. But let's go dive into it. We'll start taking a look here at the different perks.
yeah.
And I love this. Here we see some of the two main characters, of course,
So
our
yeah,
intrepid
Nini
heroes.
and Loyal Leo.
Loyal Leo, I
But
love
yeah,
that.
he's got a major weakness. He's based on my dog. So my dog is super friendly, but when there's food about, yeah,
Not having
he's
it.
a bad boy.
Oh, that's
So
funny.
the Leo character, he's in the comic, he's very easily distracted by food.
Which is hilarious. I was there's some we'll probably see some previews here in a moment, but I love those moments where the thought bubble comes up and you kind of dive into the Leo's mind there for a moment.
Yeah,
That's so fun.
yeah. Oh, hamburger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you see the nose going right. It's all twitching every which way. I love that. Oh man, it's so fun. So yes, as I mentioned here, of course, we've got our first one here. We have the Digital Ninja, that's a fun name. Who doesn't like that?
Yeah,
That's a great one. So I'm
yeah.
assuming this is your standard kind of PDF copy of the
PDF
comic.
copy. Yeah, yeah. That's right. Yeah,
Very nice. Always got to service the digital crowd. I always think that's a great idea.
yeah. I mean,
Gotta
like, so
do it.
I'm an international backer. So when I back stuff, I usually take digital if I can, because
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
$30, $25 postage.
Yeah. Those
Eh,
shipping fees to international are
yeah,
steep these
yeah,
days. That's
yeah.
for sure.
So
Yeah, no, that's great, and kind of vice versa. It allows other people to kind of
yeah,
it's just very versatile that way. Yeah.
if you're not sure if it's for you,
Right. Yeah.
just have like a
Test the
cheaper
waters.
look. Yeah.
Exactly. But then we move on to our first physical tier, which is the physical ninja. What comes in this tier here?
So that's just the book plus any unlocks from the campaign.
Nice. So unlocks being like any kind of
Trading cards.
stretch
So
goals.
Yeah, stretch goals. So at the moment, so if you see the Love Ninja bit, so you got two
Mm-hmm.
pictures. The first picture, that's the Nini trading card, and the second picture is the
Ah,
Leo trading card.
oh, fun.
So the Nini trading card's been unlocked,
Nice.
and the Leo trading card maybe unlocked. I don't know if I get some more backers,
Do we
but
have a what's the do we
75,000 yen.
okay,
I
so we
think
got a little bit to go there.
a bit more, yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna print it anyway, and then I'll probably just throw it in as an extra bonus because
Okay,
I
well,
have to. I have to print it anyway for one of the other tiers.
well,
So
that is a nice trading card. So I know
yeah,
yeah, I know I think your backers would definitely appreciate whichever direction you take there.
yeah.
That's
So
awesome. I
definitely one
do.
trading card unlocked, and
And it's
two
funny,
maybe.
we do see the aforementioned little thought bubble. You know, he's thinking about his burgers. He got burgers on the brain.
Yeah. So the postage fees, I'm printing in the States,
Okay.
and
Oh, interesting. Really?
yeah. So the
Oh.
postage, the printer's gonna handle the States postage.
Oh
So
wow.
the printing the postage is less. Any all
Wow,
the
that's clever. That's
any
actually
other
really good.
international postage
Sorry.
anywhere else, that's the standard international fees.
Mm.
So it's
Okay.
gonna
Okay.
come to me, then I'll send it. But yeah, the printing costs if you're in America are the postage cost is less. I think it's $10.
That's awesome, man. That's actually yeah, like I was saying, that's actually a really great idea. I would never have thought of that, but that actually makes a lot of sense. Is save you a
Yeah,
lot of those shipping costs. You know.
it's difficult to get like US size comics printed in Japan
Really?
because because it's an unusual size. It's pretty expensive.
Ah, yeah,
More
yeah. They tend to
more
go for the
so,
smaller, yeah, size, right?
yeah, more so
Interesting.
than if I get it printed by like a if I do offset printing in the States, it's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay. Wow, that's a
That
so
can
lot.
make a
That's
lot
just
of
some
sense because for us,
right.
it's kind of the exact opposite, where uh, things that aren't normal comic size tend to be a little bit more costly because
Mm,
it's not the norm.
yeah,
right. Yeah, to
yeah,
get the custom sizes, since yeah, it can be more expensive for that reason. Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good point.
yeah. Uh, I didn't want to print in China either, so I could get it done
Fair enough.
cheaper, but I
Yeah.
didn't want to because yeah,
Yeah, I get it. I
I,
get it.
I
It's
I don't know what the quality's like, so
right,
I
exactly. You never can tell. I've heard a lot of stories where that can go wrong with using overseas Chinese printers.
yeah.
Um,
So actually,
yeah.
the printer I did a small test print, about 10 copies of each of the
Hmm.
standard and the variant color. I did that a while back, so I still and the printing come out good, so I was very happy. So
Very
I'm going to
nice.
use the same printer. Yeah,
Okay, well that's excellent. Yes, and I do love that you have a couple different covers as well. You got the
yeah,
standard and the variant cover. That's fun.
yeah,
So this is of course, the standard copy, the physical ninja. That's you get the book.
yeah.
That's
That's
the
the
first
standard cover.
cover.
Yeah, and then the next one is the variant cover,
Very nice. Very nice.
and that's limited to 20 copies.
Very nice here. So yeah, that
Yeah,
looks like yeah, that one's almost out. Got one there claimed, and so yeah, definitely jump on that one. I love that cover. That's actually, if I have to say, I really enjoy that cover just because I think that one's got the fun Leo on there. So
yeah,
of course, who can't love that?
yeah.
And then the next one we have the Super Nin-Nin fan, and so can you tell us a little about this perk here?
So that is standard print copy, variant print copy, T-shirt, additional trading card plus any other unlocks. So if you back that one now, you'll get a T-shirt, 2 print copies, and 2 trading cards. One for that's already unlocked, and one that which is a special one limited to that tier.
Oh, nice, very nice.
Yeah,
And that one has almost got one left there. That one's actually
yeah. There's got one left. Yeah,
that one's almost sold out as well. Wow, very nice, man.
yeah,
Gotta love that one. That's a good perk. That one's a good one because spoiler alert, I grabbed one of those, so that is a good one to get. I do
yeah.
love that one. It looks like you sold out on the upper perks already. Congratulations on
Yeah,
that,
the
man.
upper
That's
perks are
excellent.
gone. Yeah,
That's
so we
awesome,
had
man.
yeah, join the dog acquisition. So the dog acquisition are one of the bad factions in the comic.
Mm.
Think Spanish Inquisition, but
Oh, I
about
think
dogs.
is this them here? These guys on that we're seeing on the left here.
Yeah. They
Nice.
look like this. So like this world, like I said, it revolves around dogs, and
Gotcha. Okay, I'm getting it
so
now.
like the social classes, there's upper class, which are the nobles, and lower class, which is everybody else. And only nobles can own pedigrees, a full pedigree. The other people, no matter how rich you are, you can't. But there's like a set structure. So really rich commoners can own like 90%.
Oh, that's fun, dude. I love that. That's so cool. I love how you're doing this kind of world building within the comic. Like when you said earlier, when you're like, I've got this idea and it's so much fun. Like you kind of really have kind of done something
Think
that
Spanish
makes it different.
Inquisition. Yeah,
You know.
but yeah, so they're one of the bad factions, but not the main bad faction. They're just one of the bad factions in the comic.
And that's you said that's based on the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, they look very similar to the Spanish Inquisition. Red outfits and everything, but about enforcing dog purity. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that's great world building there. That's a great time, man. That was very interesting. You kind of making it your own story. I love it. It's really quite unique.
Yeah. The story, the world is pretty interesting. I think.
Oh,
But
definitely, yeah.
it's kind of difficult to explain because I got a big back history, about things that happened in the past, and I'll be explaining that as the comic goes on, so you start to understand a bit more of the culture of the world and things. So so there's the uppers, the nobles, and then there's the dogless, and dogless is like a social outcast. Uh, if you do know about Indian culture, you have the untouchables, kind of like that. They're like completely, no one likes them. They're just outcast. And usually this is a penalty for some kind of crime. People, they take your dogs from you. Yeah. So, but the main character, one of the main characters, his name's Daddy Duda. That's my character.
Nice.
He's a dogless, but he's like a prince. He's married to like a princess, but he's a dogless. So the nobles hate him because he's a dogless.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
kind of, yeah. And then like the princess like, I want a dog, and he's like, no, I don't want a dog. But it's kind of interesting
like
story.
Like the medieval class, or like kind of feudal system, but with the twist of it being dog centric and.
That's right. Yeah, it's a very. The whole culture revolves around dogs and dog ownership. So the worst crime of all is doggy-cide.
Oh no! Yeah, you go to jail for 100 years for that one.
Yeah, and like if you kill someone, like kill another guy, you can usually get off with it if you tell the judge he insulted my dog. So it's kind of like it's everything is dogs. Like everybody loves dogs.
Little twist on that. Nice.
Yeah, I'm a dog guy, so
here. Hey, I'm a dog guy too, so I can appreciate that.
Yeah,
I certainly can. I love me some dogs. Dogs are great. So
yeah,
I think that's what makes this comic so fun, is you kind of have that really going for it there, which was really funny, and I love it, man.
Yeah, that's dogs is cool. Yeah.
No, I mean that's great, and here we have the covers. We have the standard and the variant cover.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, of course, we do see Leo here on the left with Nin-Nin, and they're doing their thing. going to look for the treasure. And of course, as we mentioned, I think a little bit before, it's kind of involving this mystery around the missing Bichon Crown.
Bichon Crown got stolen, and Nini's got to track it down.
Nice. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Very nice. What do you think ever, like, let's say this you know, it's out there, you finished the book and you finished fulfilling it. Do you see yourself coming back and maybe doing another Nin-Nin Nini story?
Oh yeah. So the Crown Thief is probably going to be 3 to 4 comics for this story arc. So I'm already working on the second comic. I'm about halfway through. Yeah, so that's the second comic, Crown. So yeah, 3, maybe 4, but probably 4, but maybe 3.
Okay.
So actually, this story is manga length. It's pretty long. There's like 8 story arcs, and I haven't written them all, but I know what's happening in each story arc. I bullet pointed everything, so I know what's happening. So it's going to be pretty long, but whether I ever get to finish it, I don't know.
We'll see, man. But hey, that's great to see you putting out this first issue, and I love that you have all these ideas for more. Yeah, that's really cool. It's kind of like you're combining the best of both. Like, you kind of have some comic aesthetics, some manga aesthetics. It really
it's
interesting.
It's Western style comic, manga-ish. It's like definitely manga influenced, but it's in a Western style.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I could totally see that. And we do see some stretch goals here. So it looks like there isn't a secret stretch goal even beyond the Loyal Leo card.
There's another
secret. I definitely want to see that one we get unlocked here, people. So let's get to that.
Yeah, that's going to be an art print, but I don't want to show the design off yet.
Oh,
a nice, nice print.
Yeah. Very nice. Here we see some more preview pages here from the comic. And wow, what's going on here?
So that is Beelzebub.
Oh wow.
So we have what's called Ninpo. Ninpo is ninja magic, and the ninja magic is kind of focused around summoning and communicating with animals, various types of animals. And this is like a high level bee summoning magic. So it's called the Queen Bee's Rage. He's a bee demon. So she summons lots of bees.
Oh wow.
And if you imagine like somebody's trashing the Queen Bee's hive, she's seriously angry and she's raging, and that anger manifests into a demon, a bee demon. So that's a bee demon called Beelzebub.
I like that. That's cool. That's another great element too, bringing in like the magical element,
Yeah, it's all various, like there's ninja summoning. The Ninpo focusing around animal summoning, animal communication, and then animal transformation, so they can transform into animals as well.
Okay. Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, and the various levels. The bigger the animal, the harder it is to do.
So this would be like you said, like kind of like a more difficult one.
This is a bee. Ultimately, this is a bee, but it's difficult bee to do. So it's summoning bees a low level, but this is like a high level, low level kind of spell. It's kind of difficult to do, yeah. But Nini's in the story, she's not super powerful, but there's something about her that makes it she can do more than what other people of her level can do. But yet she's not super powerful.
Right, so maybe like kind of like a mystery that we might see later unfold in the comic there.
Yeah, so this comic is inspired by Naruto.
Nice.
Hong Kong Fooey.
Nice.
And maybe Lassie.
Oh wow, those are some great.
I can see a little bit of Lassie in that.
Dude, that's
so Hong Kong Fooey. There's
Oh my god.
So the Nini, she's got another identity, as well as Leo. He's got another identity, but I'm not going to say because it'll ruin the story.
Okay, interesting. All right. That's I like that tease there.
Yeah,
But
but
that's fun. That's quite the, like I said, that's quite the interesting combination there. But it really does fit, I feel like.
yeah, and the two characters, Nini and her other character, they're like polar opposites in their behavior and their mannerisms, the way they look. They look very different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so like Nini's like the Nini character is like super relaxed, super happy, super chilled, just nice character. The other character, she's super serious. But I don't want to say why. Once
Okay.
once
I kinda see what you mean.
once it comes out, you'll understand why. Ah, now I know why she's that way. The other character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. It's really fun because you really are building these kind of mysteries upon each other's. Is that kind of like something you really wanted to, put in there?
Yeah. So the final story arc, there's a huge battle, and that's when you really start to understand who Nini really is.
Okay.
But
And who
that's
Leo is.
coming. That's a long way down the line.
Again, that's like the manga, kind of being influenced by the manga storytelling. They love to do those kind of things where they'll layer in those elements that you won't even discover for many issues, chapters.
Yeah, so there's this story arc, which is the Crown Thief. Then there's next story arc is called Rise of the League of Laziness. The League of Laziness is the main villain faction.
Oh, that's good.
So then there's the Desert Emperor, the Sky King, and then there's another one or two story arcs, like the League of Laziness strikes back, and then there's the final battle.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, like you said, you kind of got it all laid out there.
Yeah, and as Nini progresses, she becomes more powerful and more powerful and more powerful as awesome. The story progresses. Yeah,
that's awesome, man. Yeah, I do see your influence. I could see, like you saying, you're being influenced by Naruto. Like me and Matt are huge Naruto fans. So like, Matt's finished the whole series. I'm still in the middle of watching it. But we're so I could totally see where your influence would be coming there. And
what do you think of Boruto?
So I have not actually seen any. I don't think Matt has either.
Yeah.
Have you, Matt?
I've seen clips, but I've never watched the show itself. I have no real interest for it.
Me too.
I've seen what I wanted to, and I'm okay with that.
I'm probably not. Yeah, it's like I don't feel like they necessarily need to go back and do that again.
Yeah,
no. One story is perfect, from what I understand. So.
The Naruto was a bad boy at the beginning, and that fit the story really well because he was a loner, he was outcast. But Boruto's a bad boy like Naruto, but for no reason. That's why I don't like it.
Ah, okay, yeah. It's hard to replicate that kind of a story. They did such a good job with the original, making you care for the character. Yeah, that's gonna be tough to repeat.
So I watched one or two of the episodes, and I thought,
didn't care for it.
No,
that's fair, man. That's fair.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the creator will move on to a new project.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, that's cool, man. Like that's really that's cool to see those influences there and coming through in the comic. And that's awesome. And so, how many? So the first issue the first story arc's about 3 or 4 issues. Is that right?
Yeah, 3 to 4.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And so, if I'm assuming here, like you said, you already started work on the second one, so you'll come back.
The second one, second one. Yeah, maybe middle of next year, maybe.
Okay.
So the pencils are all done on the second one. The inking's about 50% done. Actually, the lettering's all done. I work digital, so I can do the lettering. I do the lettering when I'm doing the pencils.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I can compose it and get it looking good. Because it's only me working on it, so I do that early.
That's a smart idea. I've never thought of doing it that
Yeah.
way, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah. So, yeah, I'm hoping middle of next year I can get that one done. I'm hoping.
I like this shot here. These look like these knights here are about to go
Yeah, well,
full
they're
rage mode on her.
bandits. Yeah,
Oh, the
they're
bandits.
bandits.
Okay, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And okay, is this her? So she's utilizing the power of
She's
the queen bee's rage.
Queen's Beach Rage, yeah. So
Nice.
Beelzebub's comes the next page.
Nice.
Yeah. That's like a page turner. So, when you turn the page and
Oh yeah, yeah.
Beelzebub pops out. So, yeah,
I
pretty
do
good.
love that. I love how you have the smoke covering first as well.
Yeah.
Like that's such a nice, like you said, a nice little reveal there. Kind of keeping covered at first.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
then
makes sense.
the next picture is the test prints I got done.
Oh, nice.
So,
Very
yeah,
nice. So these
yeah.
are from the printer here.
They're from the
States,
printer.
then?
Yeah, from the printer from the
Ah,
States.
okay.
And yeah, nice. I was really happy with the
Yeah,
print
they look
quality.
great. They
Yeah.
look really good from here. Even in the image, you can tell like they look really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I was super
Mhm.
happy.
That's
But
awesome.
actually, so comic writing is like a two-edged sword.
Hmm.
So now I'm doing 2. Book 2's I think is way better than book 1. Book 1 I was really happy with it, but I've moved on a bit in my understanding of comics and like
Oh, really?
composition of. So yeah, book 1's very good. Don't get me wrong, but book 2 is going to be better. I think I've improved since I did book 1.
Very nice.
Yeah, but yeah, I like it. So I'm like I got 2 kids. I don't have much free time, so
Oh yeah.
I just do my comics in my free time, which isn't much. So it's I'd love to go back and do book 1 again, but I don't have the time.
Oh no, I think yeah. I mean, I can totally understand when I feel like as creators, we always want to go back and
Yeah.
read to our earlier work, but I think that's great
Yeah.
that you're taking that time. Like you said, you're a family man and you've got a lot of
Mm.
responsibilities, but you're taking that time to really put in
Yeah.
the work because you love what you're
Yeah,
doing.
so like Nina, she's super happy that she's only 4, so she doesn't really understand comics, but she
Mm,
knows it's her comic,
that's
and
cool.
yeah, so she's kind of happy that people
And
are
one day
reading.
she'll be able to get to read that, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, that's my plan.
Yeah, so that's great.
Yeah, but I once this story arc's done, then I got to do my other daughter's comic. I got
Oh,
a comic
really?
for her.
Oh man, that's funny. A difference on not a Nini comic, huh?
No, not a Nini comic. That's super interesting. That's fun as well. That's super fun as well. But yeah, that's not as long, but I got to do that one as well. My wife
Okay.
is like, "You've done Nina's comic, do Aries comic." I'm like,
Oh my
no.
god.
Nina's comic's not finished. 4 comics.
It's a long comic. Come on.
Yeah.
No, that's great. So you'll be doing a little side work. It sounds
Yeah,
like.
I'll be doing comics for the future. Yeah, long time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh, that's great.
but ultimately, I'd love to get it to a place where I can give up my day job and just concentrate on getting comics. Get releasing six comics a year, kind of
I
thing,
love
4
it,
or
man.
5, 6, and then I don't particularly. As long as I could make enough profit that equates to my day job, then I'd be happy to give up and then just draw comics. Yeah, lovely.
That's a great
That's
dream.
my
Yeah.
yeah.
I love
That's
that.
my
That's
dream.
great. Well, I definitely I wish you luck with that, and man, you're on to a great start here. I really do love this comic, and I think it sounds like you've got a
Yeah,
lot of
lovely.
really cool ideas.
Yeah, this page, this is on the second book. This is an ink page from book 2.
Oh, this is this is a preview. So this is kind of a little preview almost from the second
Yeah,
issue.
yeah. So
Ah,
this
okay.
that's the dog acquisition.
Ah, okay. The dog
Yeah.
acquisitions have come for her.
No, they came to this town, and she just happens to be there.
Ah, gotcha,
The town
gotcha.
that they came to she's hunting down the person who stole the crown, and this where the lead leaves her to this town, and the dog
Gotcha.
inquisition are there looking for like an illegal pedigree owner, and
Mhm.
she kind of
Jumps
she
into
has
defend the village.
yeah, kind of, but just yeah, kind of.
Interesting. So
But
we'll have to kind of see more from there and see how that plays out.
yeah, but then there's another character gets introduced there just after, and actually that character, he's based on my nephew. So yeah, and then because the second book introduces the Doggy Inquisition and the Kennel Club, which are the Kennel Club is like kind of they manage dogs, the dogs in this world, so they're kind of the equivalent of a church, a medieval church, I suppose. And the whole of the society revolves around the dog ownership, and they're kind of at the center. And the Dog Inquisition, they're kind of they're part of the Kennel Club, but they're a break-off faction, and which the Kennel
That's
Club
great.
doesn't really like. But the Dog Inquisitions are all nobles, and they're kind of horrible people. Yeah.
Right.
But
So they're kind of more in it for themselves, really.
yeah, they because in this world it's illegal for a commoner to own a pedigree. The Dog Inquisition, they're like zealots, and they will hunt out any rumor of someone that person's got a pedigree and they shouldn't have one. They'll just like hunt it out and just torture people to get information, kind of like the Spanish Inquisition. Kinda.
Right. Okay. Because only they can have the pedigree dogs.
Yeah, only nobles can have pedigrees. You commoners, yeah, know your
Okay.
place, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she's kind of just like trying to kind of, well, we'll see. Like you said, we'll see what happens in the next issue. But it looks like there's some fighting might go down here.
She has a run-in with them, yeah.
The Dog Inquisition's is up to no good, you could say.
Yeah, they're up to no good. Yeah, they're always up to no good.
That's awesome. Well, that's cool. So I think it looks like another possible preview here for the next issue as well.
Yeah. So that's the character there. That's Sam, based on my nephew.
He's okay,
yeah. So he's overlooking the village and like stretching while she's in it. She's just about to have a fight, and then what happens is what happens. I don't want to spoil it.
Of course, Leo's there by her side. Ready to go down, tango.
Yeah. So actually, in the next book, there's a pretty intense dog fight. Leo and another dog have a.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Some nice little stuff to look forward to there.
Actually, the other dog is based on my wife's parents' dog. He's like, his name is Andy, and he bites. so he's called Angry Andy in the comic.
Yeah, that's pretty fitting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, the campaign looks great. You got a lot of perks on here. This is really looking really good.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with it. For my first kind of major campaign, like first where I haven't.
No, I think it's great. Yeah.
I haven't relied on family and friends or anything. I told them don't back. I just wanted to see if so all the backers are cool, people I don't know.
That's nice, man. That's pretty nice. That's something to feel proud of.
Yeah. So
like you said, this is your first campaign. You've reached your goals. Like each campaign.
It's kind of it's kind of my second campaign.
Oh really?
Like kind of. So last year or the year before, a year and a half ago, Indiegogo told me you need to launch your campaign now because we're stopping support in Japan.
Oh no!
So I wasn't ready at all, and I just said fine, and I launched, and I got lots of my family to back, and then luckily I got a big backer who I didn't know, and he backed the guy with the guns. He like be a baddie. I had a perk,
Oh,
be a baddie for £250
oh, that's fun.
or 250, and he backed. So he
Oh,
got to
okay,
design the
nice.
baddie with me, and
Oh,
luckily
okay.
that pushed me over the edge and got me funded.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
I didn't do any kind of promotions or
Mm, okay.
because I wasn't ready, and the comic was a long way off. But Indiegogo told me to release now, or you can't.
Oh no.
So
Wow.
I did it. Yeah, and I just scraped across the funding line
And
through
so,
through my friends supporting me. But
so it
this
sounds like
time, yeah,
they kind of brought that support back for Japan then, is that right?
they did. Yeah, they did recently. Yeah,
Ah.
so
Oh, okay.
so I was lucky and I launched. Um, but this
That's
time I
excellent.
like some of my family said, yeah, I'm gonna back, and I'm like, no,
Nope.
don't. I want to get there with just with people I don't know. I want it to so I feel like I've accomplished something. Yeah, so I'm really happy that I got got funded with people I don't know. So it's a
That's
start.
really cool,
Like
man. That's really
yeah,
cool.
like they say, from small acorns, mighty oak trees grow.
Mm,
So my first campaign, it's a start, and I want to build on each time, get more people involved. Yeah.
that's awesome. Well, no, I think
So
that's a great way to do it. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm super happy that I got people interested. That's really great.
Well, that's excellent, man. I'm very happy to hear it, and I'll put that link out there again for the campaign. So we can go check that out. But I know I've already fallen in love with Nini and Leo. I think they're a great pair, quite charming, and I just can't wait to see what adventures they get into here.
Yeah, they got some interesting things.
Oh, definitely, yes. And
And the book one contains lots of small hints to the mystery which I was telling you about. So yeah, you'll read it, and book one and book two, you'll read it and you'll think, what is this? It won't make sense now, but when you get to the end of the story, it will make sense, and you're like, that's why that guy said that. Well, what I understand now.
Yep. Okay,
So
that's smart, man.
there's lots of small hints which won't make no sense. Yeah,
But they're
but
teases. They're kind of letting you
but
know
yeah,
that there's
there's
bigger
small
worlds out
teasers
there.
that something like, why did that person say this? Oh, what's that about? They're there for a reason. Yeah.
Well, that's excellent. Yeah. Well, very nice. So I appreciate you taking time to talk with us. Why don't you tell us
Yeah.
a little bit, maybe, is there anything you can tell us maybe about the future or what we can expect from some of the future adventures for Nin and Nini?
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm going to launch book two. So book two will have the dog inquisition in it, and she will find out where the crown is, but she won't be able to recover it. And then book three will be recovering the crown. Book three and book four.
Very nice.
Yeah. If you've seen Naruto, there's something similar to from Naruto. Do you know in Naruto there's King Toad or King Frog? You know the boss frog, the one that Jiraiya summons.
Yes.
It's something a little similar in
Really?
book three. A little similar, but a little. That was kind of my
Oh, that's fun.
inspiration for that.
Oh,
But
that'll be cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you'll understand. Like, yeah, I don't want to say anything, but something like that is coming in book three, and that's actually kind of a sad story in book three.
Oh,
Why
really?
some of it is kind of sad as to why this animal behaves in this way. You'll find out, but I don't want to
You're
tell.
gonna give me with a sad animal story, huh? You're gonna hit me with one of those, man. You're gonna make me cry again.
Hey, he needs to bring in some tear jerkers here and there.
It looks like maybe did you mute yourself? I think maybe possibly on accident there. But yeah, no, I totally get what you
Oh
mean, man.
yes, I did. Yeah, I was waving my hands around and I touched the mute button.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm a when I talk, I kind of gesture with my hands a lot, and my hand touched the mute button.
That's funny. Yeah, I could see that. But
Yeah.
no, I mean that's like we were just saying. You know, animal stories always get you right in the heart, man. So that's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, it's interesting. It kind of explains a little bit about this animal, why he behaves in this way.
Right, because it's not just. I mean, because of course it's dog centric, but I'm assuming there are other animals still, right?
Yeah. So this animal's in there. So like I said, there's now I'll call him King Toad. He's called King Toad. He's an animal, King Toad. And then there's the Desert Emperor. That's another animal. I won't explain what that is. And then there's the Sky King. And that's another animal.
Gotcha. And these are all summon.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I don't want to say. But if you've seen Naruto, you can kind of guess.
You might be able to
what kind of they are. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they're big. I'll just say they're big.
Nice.
But yeah, and they're kind of meat.
What a clever world! Like it's so interesting. Like diving into this, I never would have imagined that you had created such an interesting world. Like on top of it, of course, you got the story of the Crown Thief and Nini and Leo.
So
like,
actually,
so much more.
I spent maybe 3 or 4 months just working on the back history.
Oh wow!
I got a back history. Yeah, and characters from the back history. So I wanted to get a feel of why these things happen, So I got a back history and that explains a bit about, because the Daddy Duda character, like I said, he's a dogless, and a dogless is meant to be a social outcast, but he's the canine king, and the canine king is. So each nation has their own sovereign power, but like I said, they fight a lot. They're always fighting over whose dog is the best, which breed is the best, and the canine king has power to stop these fights. But he's a dogless, and why is he a dogless? But he's able to control all these kingdoms. So that's why I wrote the back history to explain this, because he did something in the past. I don't want to explain, but he did something in the past, and that got him this position of power.
Gotcha. And so beyond this first mystery that we'll be diving into, there's further mysteries and greater.
Yeah, there's things going on. Yeah, there's larger things going on. Yeah,
I love that. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, so there's quite a detailed back history
and world building and
I worked on quite a lot, and so there's 3 bad factions, which is the League of Laziness, the Dog Inquisition, and then there's the other one, they're called the Lion's Claw Mercenaries. But I won't explain what they are, but obviously they're lions, something to do with lions.
Interesting. Okay. So that's something that you kind of might explore in a further issue then.
Yeah, that will come up over the story, but this is a really long story. It's going to take me a while to finish it, but my hope is that I can just work on this full time eventually, build my mailing list, build my fan base, and then eventually I can say, okay, let's go full steam ahead, quit my day job, and just pump out
new comics.
New comics, 5 or 6 new comics each year, and then get that story told.
Right, because it sounds like you got a lot of stories in.
It's a super interesting story.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I that's really cool, and I just want to put this image up there. I love this one here. This is such a fun image here.
Yeah,
You see Nini and Leo there.
yeah, that's the Nini and Leo trading card.
Very nice. Got some cool trading cards. So is this the one that comes with the campaign that was already unlocked, or is this a different one then?
Oh no, the first one is just the Nini trading card. The
Gotcha,
second one
okay.
is just a Leo trading card. This
Oh,
one
interesting.
is for the what was it,
the special, yeah.
the special perk which you backed, so you'll be getting
Nice.
that one.
Nice,
That
very
one,
nice, man.
yeah.
That's great.
But
That's
like the
cool.
printer has like a minimum print amount. So
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, that makes
as
it
my
interesting.
backers are still pretty small, and I gotta get 3 sets printed, I'm thinking I'll just give some extras away just to
And we
everybody.
should say the time is running out to. I think we mentioned earlier, but I should mention again. The
6
time is
days,
running
yeah.
out. 6 days left, exactly.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
and not going in demand as we mentioned
No,
earlier. So
no,
definitely want
no
to make sure you back
demand.
that if you can.
But I'm thinking of doing a Kickstarter, maybe.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, there's a good crowd on there. You know, you might reach out and get some new audience
Yeah,
people.
I know that lots of people are very anti Kickstarter. And I'm a new guy, but yeah, I'm thinking of doing it just because I need to build my mailing list. I need to get.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
You know, I think it'd be a great idea.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of doing that around December time.
Okay, well, definitely, if you want to come back on the show again, definitely feel free
Yeah,
to.
yeah, cool.
Offers on the table. Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, that's great.
But this is the Leo trading card here.
That's the Leo trading card. Yeah, thinking of hamburgers.
So cute.
Yeah. But actually, the background's probably going to change.
Oh, really?
I think that's a little bit too much.
Yeah. Okay. That's
So
fair, that's fair.
I'm gonna mute. Just get
Dial it down
like
a little bit.
dial it down the background a bit. Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Make Leo the star of the show.
Yeah, I was concerned if it's gonna print like that. I don't know whether it will, because it's quite finely detailed. So I'll probably
I do love the effect. I mean, it is cool, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably change it. Probably.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I'll.
And now, so Leo is a Bichon dog. Is that correct?
He's a Bichon Frise. Yeah.
Ah, okay, very nice.
He's he's my lovely little boy.
Super. Except for when he's getting into food, right?
Yeah, super fluffy. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, I love the fluffy dogs like that. Those are fun.
Yeah. Well, like do you know what?
Here's a fun picture. Actually, we see Leo here and
oh yeah, actually, no, that's Airy. That's my youngest.
Oh, is that Airy? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's Airy.
Oh, that's funny.
Do you know what? Do you know miso paste? Have you heard of that before?
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So one time, Leo, like my wife's mom had got a delivery of homemade miso in this big plastic bag, and she put it in the kitchen on the floor. But we got like a kid's gate, and she forgot to lock it.
No.
And he got in, and he ate about, I don't know, 400 or 500 grams.
Oh gosh.
Of miso. And then I went in, and I'm like, yeah. And he's sitting there, like, going, what's the matter? And like, drink.
Oh,
and look, he's eating the miso. And then like,
oh god,
it went everywhere.
Oh my god, what is it?
It was gross. It was really funny though.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, but Leo. But he's a lovely boy.
He doesn't know what's good for him.
Yeah, you just gotta watch him. You gotta watch him when it's dinner time. But yeah.
Oh man. Well, that's super fun. I just love this idea, and I think this is a great all ages comic that you know anyone can enjoy.
Yeah,
kids can enjoy. You can enjoy it. It really is for anyone.
It's violent. There's fighting,
Mm-hmm.
but it's kind of like a shonen manga-ish.
Right. Yeah.
in its
That's
effect.
kind of the vibe that I was getting from it. Yeah.
Yeah, you see some blood, but not much. It's not ultra gory.
Yeah,
But
exactly. More like a
there's
Naruto in a sense.
yeah, like some guy gets his ear shot off.
But it's not like showing you the super gory, like, oh, you know, all the
No. You just see little bits of blood dripping off, like, and a couple of holes in his ears, kind of thing.
right. Okay, more of that fun. You can kind of imbibe with the
But
fun of it, you know.
yeah, but so there's fighting, but it's kind of for kids. Kids is okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think honestly, I think
yeah.
kids can handle that kind of stuff these days. I
Yeah,
feel like,
yeah.
yeah, definitely. But that's fun. That's cool. And again, I think that you know that's what makes a great all ages comic is because there is that kind of stuff. It is still interesting and fun to read as an adult, you know. So you don't have
Yeah,
to be a kid. It's fun for everyone, you know. That's why I love this kind of comics.
yeah.
So that's really
It's
cool.
but
Well,
like I didn't realize how much work goes into writing a comic.
yeah, I mean it can be a lot of work, especially I mean going
Yeah,
into so much backstory when you create such a world, when you're crafting a whole world like that.
yeah. Or just like I thought, yeah, I'll finish this in 6 months. Yeah, no.
Oh my god,
Just
yeah.
how much work goes into doing one page,
Yeah.
and yeah,
100%,
it's
especially when you're
it's
doing all the work yourself like that and the
yeah,
lettering
it's
and
unreal.
everything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the lettering is pretty easy. I
Is it?
can.
Oh my god, lettering is hard for me. I've done lettering on my own comic before with Matt here. We do a
Yeah.
comic together, and man, it takes me forever. But I'm not the
Well,
artist. That could be why too. You know.
yeah, maybe. I use Clip Studio, so it's a manga
Mm-hmm.
software, so
Nice.
it's super easy
We
to
use
letter.
the. Have you ever heard of Metabang?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Medbang, yeah.
we use that one a lot. The free
Oh
version.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Medibang's okay.
It gets you right. It gets you by. It's just okay. I
It
would
gets
say.
you by.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay. But
It's not the best out there for sure.
I started using Clip Studio on I do it on iPad Pro.
Nice. I've heard a lot of good stuff about Clip Studio.
Yeah, I still don't understand all the functions.
There's a lot of stuff, huh?
But yeah, it's good. I can get it. Yeah, I can get some good stuff. It looks good. Yeah, I very much enjoy using Clip Studio. It's good software.
Well, that's awesome. Well, we are wrapping up. We're getting to the end of our time here. Is there anything you want to tell the backers out there, or the people who are kind of thinking about backing? Anything you want to say to them?
Oh yeah, please check out my comic. It will really make my daughter's Nina's day because she's super excited when I get a new backer. She likes the idea of someone reading her comic. So don't do it for me. Do it for my daughter. Make her happy. Yeah.
Oh, well, I love to hear that, man.
Yeah,
and of course, if you don't do it for her, do it for Leo.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the more money I make, the more dog treats I can buy.
I'm sure Leo will be appreciative of that.
Yeah. So check it out. It's fun. It's lighthearted. It's a good story. It's an interesting story. There's fun bits. Actually, I showed it to one of my old work colleagues, and when I did the last campaign, they said, "Yeah, I'll take a digital copy." So they read it, and then they give me some feedback. And they're not into comics. They don't read comics, and they said it was lovely. She said she really enjoyed that it was inspired by my daughter, and she liked Leo. Leo was super funny, and she said she particularly liked the scene with the rats. There's a scene with rats. So if you don't like rats, if you're rat phobic, maybe don't buy. But she said she liked. Yeah, she liked the scene with the rats. So yeah, check it out.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you again for taking time to speak with us. It sounds like such a fun comic, and I really do. People go take a look at it. The
thanks
link
a lot.
up is up on the screen there one more time, so people check that out. So while we're wrapping up here, please go check that out. It's got 6 more days, and not going into demand. So this is going to be your last chance to do the last few days to get it here.
And remember, reduced postage from the States.
Yes,
So
which is awesome.
that's important. Yeah.
Printing here in the States is going to make it a lot easier for a
Printing
lot
in
of
the
people
States, yeah.
to back
Yeah.
that. So I think that was a really smart move and really
Yeah.
helped out a lot for people. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
And
lovely.
well, yes, thank you so much again. And where can people follow you on the internet so they can check out all the stuff that you've got going on?
Oh yeah, so I'm on Twitter at Daddy Duda, and also got CG Japan. That's my Twitter. My website is daddydudacomics.wordpress.com, and then I got Facebook page Daddy Duda Comics on Facebook. Oh,
Very
my
nice.
wife is calling me, so it looks like my time. my
Well,
time's
I
up.
guess that's the show then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again, man.
Thanks
we will
for
talk
having
to
me
you
on.
guys later.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Okay.